Hello friends, welcome back. So today we will see the new chapter, that is game theory. So let us look at that. So game theory is nothing but it deals with the computation. Now as you all know that computation is the watchword of modern times, and computation situation is called a game. The term game represents conflict between two parties. Let's say there are two parties, player A and player B. Now there is a competition between them. Okay. Now these two players are playing to win the game. Okay. Now here, uh, when they are playing, now player A has strategies, and player B also has strategies, and it is just like playing a chess game where two players try to beat each other in the game of chess. And whenever they're playing any games, they have strategies. And imagine a game of football. Both the teams will have some strategies to win the game. Similarly, in cricket also, when two players are playing, or two teams are playing, there are strategies which they adopt to win the game. Now, let us take a simple example that player A is a batsman, and player B is a bowler. Now, player A tries to score as much as possible. Now, he wants to gain more runs. Okay, and player B is bowling, and he wants to reduce giving runs to the batsman. So player B is trying to do the counter strategies so that player A does not score more runs. Player A wants to score more runs for the balls what player B is bowling. So that is also a game. That's an example of game which will best fit in here. Now player A has strategies. Okay, now in this particular example, there are three different strategies of player A, and there are three different strategies of player B. Okay, now this is the game theory table. This is called the payoff matrix also. In the payoff matrix, the gain of one player is the loss of another player. For example, if player A hits more runs, it is loss for player B. It is something like that. So player B tries to minimize his the losses, minimize his own losses, whereas player A tries to maximize his gains, right? So in this particular uh, example, now if player A uses A1 strategies, and player B uses B1 strategy, now player B loses 1 point to player A. Similarly, for this one, player A uses A1 strategy and player B uses B2 strategy, then player B loses 3 points to player A. Similarly, B loses 1 point to player A. Now here 0, B loses nothing to player A. Now here -4 means that player A has not gained these 4 points. That means that it is in the benefit of player B. So similarly, -3 is not, a player A has not gained that much. Okay. Similarly, 1, 5, and -1. So this is the basic concept of this game theory. You will get problems in the same fashion. Now anyway, we will see the definitions here. So definition is a strategy. What is a strategy? It is defined as a complete set of plans or actions specifying precisely what player will do under every possible future contingency. Means for any future situations, what player will do that might occur during playing of the game. In the sense, like uh, this for player A, these are the strategies. Now, what are these strategies? Are nothing but future courses of action. In the sense, like in the future course, what plan you will do. Okay, there are three plans for player A. Plan A, Plan B, and Plan C. That is A1, A2, and A3. Now, similarly, player B has Plan B, Plan B1, Plan B2, and Plan B3. Now, these plans, which are done for future, what actions you will do, that is called as a strategy. Now, what is a pure strategy? Now, pure strategy is something like player A plays A1 strategy no matter what player B will do. Now, even if player B will use B1 strategy, he will play A1. Even if he plays B2 strategy, he will play A1. Even if he plays B3 strategy, he will play A1 itself. So, no matter what competitor will do, player A will play A1 strategy. He is fixed. He is sure that he is going to play A1. So, that is called as the pure strategy. Now, what is a mixed strategy? A mixed strategy is when a player chooses either of the actions with some probability. In the sense, like player A has planned three strategies. Now, if player B comes with B1, he will come with A1. Player B comes with B2, he will come with A2. Or like that, it continues. Or maybe if player B comes with B1, he will play A3. Or B comes with B2, he will play A1. So, based on what B plays, he will think and play his strategies. Now, this is called as the mixed strategy. Now, payoff is nothing but, this is called a payoff matrix. These are the payoffs. Now, the loss of one player becomes the gain of another player. Now, player on the left side always gains, and player on the right side, he loses something. So, one is gained by player A and lost by player B. It's something called as payoff. Now, payoff matrix, something which shows in this matrix. This is a payoff matrix actually. Now, if player A has M courses of action, so here there are the actions. Player B has N courses of action, then the payoff matrix in general is given below like this. So it is something like this only, right? So now let us come to the types of the games. Types of the games, there are four types of games. First type is two-person games. So in the above example, you saw that there are player A and player B. If two people are playing the game, it is called as two-person games. But there are many possible choices open to them. Means they can use so many strategies when two people are playing. So this is called as two-person games. What is n-person games? If there are n number of persons, more than two people playing the game, that is called as n-person games. Zero-sum game. Now, here it says this game is one which sum of payments to all competitors is 0. Means here the sum of points won is equal to sum points lost. Means player A has won some points and player B has lost some points. Now both are sum of both the things is 0, then that is called as zero sum game. Okay, in the sense like whatever player A has won, that is equal to whatever player B has lost. Both are equal, that's why it is called as zero sum game. Now 2-person zero sum game is nothing but two persons are playing and the game of one player is equal to the loss of other. That is called as zero sum game. So these are the 4 types of games what you'll come across. Then the next principle is important principle what we'll study in game theory is the max-min and min-max principle. The max-min principle is A is a player who wishes to maximize the gains, and while player B wishes to minimize the losses. Since A would like to maximize his minimum gain, in the sense like whatever minimum gain A is getting, whatever minimum gain he is getting, he would like to maximize that. We obtain for player A, that is called as max-min principle. Means he wants to minimize his, he wants to maximize his minimum gain. And the corresponding strategy is called max-min strategy. He wants to maximize his minimum gain. Who? Player A. Now, min-max strategy is pertaining to player B, where player B wishes to minimize his losses. Correct? Now, he tries to minimize his maximum losses. Obviously, somebody would like to minimize his maximum losses. So, whenever there are maximum losses, he wants to minimize them. And this strategy is called as min-max strategies. If we go to the example above, now here you can see that this is the payoff matrix. Okay, and in the payoff matrix, A wants to always gain, B wants to always B doesn't want to lose. Now player A tries to maximize his minimum of the gains in the sense wherever minimum gain is happening, he wants to maximize it. Now wherever maximum losses are happening for player B, he wants to minimize them. So for player A it is max min strategy, for player B it is min max strategies. Okay, so that is nothing but max min and min max. Now, what is a saddle point? It is a position in the payoff matrix where max min value equals the min max value. That is, maximum of row minima coincide with minimum of column maxima. If the game has saddle point, then each player has a pure strategy. This means that wherever the max min value equals the min max value, that means that the game has a saddle point. It's easy to say in this way, that is, if you say max min value is equal to min max value, then if this happens in any game, then it is called as there is a saddle point. Okay, this means that there is a saddle point. Now what is the value of the game? Now if both are equal, now what is the value? Then what is the value here? The value of the game, maybe it is 0 or 1 or 2 or 3, whatever it comes, that is called as the value of the game. If the game has a saddle point and the value of the saddle cell at the saddle point is called as value of the game. Now you need to note one important thing, that is, game is said to be fair if max min value is equal to min max value is equal to 0. Now if there is a saddle point and the game is said to be fair, if both are equal, then that is saddle point. That saddle point value of the game is 0. If the value of the game is 0, then it is called as a fair game. If max min value is equal to min max value is not equal to 0, the means value of the game is not equal to 0, then the game is called as strictly determinable game. At the end of any sum, you should mention whether it is a fair game or it is a determinable game. So this is the theory behind any game theory problems. Now this is the theory what we have seen just now. However, we will solve the problems in the next video. Thank you.